What up, what up, what up? I'm AC Cruz. You know who you are. Welcome to my podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by The Valley's Most Wanted. Now, hold up a minute. The Valley's Most Wanted is an online station that plays the best reggaeton. Well, you remember Johnny O when he was here? His announcer guy will give us all the details.
The Valley's Most Wanted, the party app. Focus Ford and the Miguel Salazar Law Office are looking for El Más Fregón.
Yeah, baby.
Water Games Edition. Kick it off Friday, July 22nd at Luna's Water Park in La Joma with a $1,000 cash prize for El Más Fregón or first place. Fiesta Texas Getaway for second. And season passes to Luna's Water Park for third. With simple competitions like fastest swimmer and furthest underwater swimmer. To fun competitions like blindfolded swimming and hold your drink in one hand swimming. And 2 different age brackets to compete in. 12 to 17-year-olds and the 18 and older group. Doors open at noon. Competition starts at 4 p.m. Bring the whole family for a day of fun in the sun and a chance to win $1,000 cash. For tickets and information, go to valleysmostwanted.com. Your summer station. The Valley's Summer Station. The Valley's Party app. Valley's Most Wanted.
Woohoo! Sounds like it's going to be fun. So be sure to check them out. Speaking of La Joma Mission, that area where the Luna Water Park is, our special guest today is Yeisi. And he's a Nicky Roll warrior. That's right. He's going to fill us in on all that. And he's going to fill us in on his name, Yeisi. Kind of like Jay-cee, Yeisi. He's a great singer-songwriter, does his own material, lots of material, and his guns are blazing, man. Working with some of the best producers. He's got new music, collaborations, and so much more. Oh yeah, and he just got back from Vegas for the Tejano convention. He comes bearing gifts. Talking about free music. That's right. Free music from Yeisi. Once this episode is over, I'll tell you how you can win. Let's get into it.
On the next AC Cruz Podcast.
Well, good morning, brother. How's it going?
Good morning, AC. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, my brother. Listen, it's finally nice to meet you, man. I heard so much about you. I heard it from Gilbert Velasquez 2 years ago, I believe. Gilbert Velasquez told me that he was working with a guy named Jay-cee. Yeisi. I said, you know what? Just bring him to me. He says he's a great new talent. I said, go, man, go. And then Myra D mentioned something briefly to me, but I tell you what, the one that made this happen was Tony Furina, my good buddy Tony Furina, man.
Yes, thank you. Pleasure to be on your show, and a big shout out to all the people that recommended me. Of course, Mr. Gilbert, whom I worked with on my 2 albums, Myra D, who helps me promote my music, and a big thanks to Mr. Tony Furina for finally making it happen.
Tony and I have been tight ever since the mid-90s, maybe early 90s. We worked together at B104. He came up to me at a Marky Mark concert, Marky Mark and the Funky Bun at the Villarreal in McAllen. And he says, hey, see, how do I get in radio? I said, well, come see me on Monday. I don't know what happened, but he came on and it worked. It worked. Anyway. So anyway, like I said, is it Jay-cee, Yeisi? What is it, brother?
It's Jay-cee, just like if you were pronouncing the letters J and the letter C, because it comes from Juan Carlos, my name.
Okay, Juan Carlos. Okay, Jay-cee.
So Jay-cee, yes.
Jay-cee. But it's spelled Yeisi, right?
Correct. It is spelled the way you would write it in Spanish. So if you were trying to spell Jay-cee in Spanish, that's as close as you can get it.
Okay, we'll go with that then, man. Again,
there's a story behind that. But
is it really? Please tell me the story, please.
So about 10 years ago, I had a gig in Ciudad Victoria, Tamaulipas. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of a last-minute gig. A promoter was going to open up a club, and they were looking to bring in some guest artists. And I was just starting back then, and I was just going by Jay-cee, because that's what everybody's always called me, from Juan Carlos, Jay-cee. And this particular promoter only had about a day to promote the event, and he spoke 0 English. Mm-hmm. So he just spelled it the best that he could. The funny thing is, he could have probably called and found out, how to spell the name or what was it about. But he went by what it sounded to him in Spanish. He spelled it the best that he could. Yeah. And when I got to the gig, it was the day after, there was a big banner at the back of the club where I sang, and they had spelled it out, Yeisi. And I've had that ever since. I kept it. I thought it was clever, and I had never
it is
seen
clever,
it spelled
man.
like that.
It is clever. I dig it, man.
Yeah.
I like it. So that's how you got your name then. Well, listen, man, like I said, it's a pleasure to finally meet you. Appreciate the bio that you sent me, or your management sent me. I was impressed by the cast of characters you got working with you, man. I mean, you have some pretty impressive names working with you, brother. And I'm sure you feel the same way the way I feel. You honored to have these kind of people working for your stuff.
I feel incredibly privileged, honored, and most of all fortunate because, like you said, I have had the privilege of working with, to me, the who's who and the best of the best.
No doubt.
And that's important to me because I focus on the quality of the music. I think it's very important that the music that you're putting out for the people to consume, to purchase, and the material that you want to have them follow you has to be top quality. And I focus a lot from the producers, musicians, mixing engineer, mastering engineer, everybody that I include in the album, featured artists. To me, it's important that they are the best of the best and give the project the quality and the credibility that it needs.
Well, I'll tell you right now, when I saw all the names, I said, damn, this boy ain't messing around. I gotta tell you what, I like the song that you did with, hold on, don't tell me, the collaboration that you did with El Plan.
Yes, that was an unbelievable experience because even though some people, over here in the States, sometimes they don't know who El Plan is because they're from Monterrey, but El Plan has been around for, I think like 16, 17 years.
Yep.
They are, I believe, the only group that has 3 back-to-back Latin Grammy nominations for Best Tejano Album. They were nominated 2020, 19, 20, and 21. And they finally won. They actually won 2021 Best Tejano Album. And they're quality musicians, quality producers, and their frontman, the accordion player and vocalist Jair Alcala, is known among the recording industry in Mexico as one of the top accordionists in the whole industry, so much that he records accordions for Alejandro Fernandez. So that gives you an idea of the quality of accordion player that he is. And he produced Bronco's last full album and Pesado's last full album and a collaboration with Bobby Pulido. So, incredibly talented musicians.
Let me tell you right now, when I heard your songs, I like the plan. ¿Cómo se llama la canción?
Te tuve y te perdí.
Sí, te perdí. Y luego el primer sencillo que me mandaste se llama, the name of the first song that you sent me.
Tú me has hecho tan feliz.
Sí, no, I dug that one, man. Let me tell you something real quick, Jay-cee, is the fact that your voice is unique. When I say unique it's a lot higher than what you would expect in Tejano. Por ejemplo, y te voy a decir una cosa. Cuando yo conocí a Guardianes del Amor, when I first met Arturo, I couldn't believe his voice. He and I became the best of friends after that when I met him. And so I hear your voice just like that, man.
Well, thank you. That has been something that has been pointed out to me by people that have been in the Tejano industry for a while. I get that comment a lot from the very first album. People are surprised because they say I have a slightly smoother voice.
Yes.
A slightly more, I don't know, just smoother sounding than I guess what they're used to in Tejano, which, I've been singing for a long time. So I've worked on getting the best out of my voice. I was in choir back in like high school, and I had released 2 pop albums previous to Tejano. So I kind of come from that smooth singing background. And it has worked out very well for Tejano because people seem to immediately notice that and sort of differentiates me, and it helps people remember, me as a new artist. They say, oh, it's the guy with a smooth voice or the smoother voice. And I've had that. El timbre o el color.
Yeah, I liked it. I like it, man, to be quite honest with you. First of all,
thank you.
Jay-cee, I want to talk about you. When did you start? How old were you? How did you get involved? Tell me about the beginning, please, if you don't mind.
Well, the beginning, I've always had a love for music. It kind of runs in the family. My grandpa would always have opera on the weekends. Whenever we go over grandpa's house on my mom's side,
very cool.
Always had opera. So I was always exposed to that. And, I liked it. Like I said, it's kind of in the family. Also, I was fortunate to grow up with my mother's music. So I grew up with Beatles, Bee Gees, Jim Croce, Lionel Richie, Supremes, Four Tops, all that good music. And I was exposed to good lyrics and good melodies from a very young age. And in Spanish, same thing. I grew up with Jose Jose, Roberto Carlos, Armando
Oh
Manzanero.
yeah, good call, man. Hell yeah.
And I got, I think, the best of both English and Spanish from that golden age, I think, of music. And that sort of started a little spark in me. I was always curious to figure out, well, these people all write their songs, so how do they do that? How do they come up with that? Fast forward a few years later, I joined orchestra here in middle school, and I played the cello, which is the instrument that I formerly studied.
Excuse me, real quick. Pardon my interruption. When you say here, you are in McAllen, correct?
Yes, I was born in McAllen, but I lived in Reynosa in Mexico from the time I was born up to about 10 years old. When I moved here, of course, in middle school, you get the choice to join an elective, which I did with orchestra, and I continued high school. But my senior year, I don't know if it still works out the same way, but if you finish all your credits, you have the option of either going home early or you can take an extra class, whatever you want. It doesn't really count because you already have all your credits. And I had always wanted to join the choir and give it a shot. And I hadn't done it up to that point because there was always a conflict of scheduling between orchestra and choir because they're both music electives. So you had to choose one. But my senior year, I had that option. I had an extra period in the afternoon, so I chose choir, and it went really well. Within like 3 months, I did make the region choir, the district choir, and I came very close to making the state choir, which sort of gave me a good sign that maybe I could actually do some singing in public, because I'm a very shy person. I'm naturally an introvert, and it wasn't in my nature to be singing everywhere in front of people until I was actually told by my choir teacher that I was doing a good job. Is when I had sort of the courage to do it. And then after that, I pursued several projects. I was in one of those bands that sings at quinceañeras, and then I was in a duet in Mexico City, and I auditioned for multiple projects here that I made it, and they moved us to Monterrey to do that until I decided it's time for me to do my own thing.
Yeah.
Write my own songs.
Yeah.
Find a producer, find my footing, develop my persona, the type of songs that I want to sing. And through trial and error and I've written over 70 songs, and you have to, like the Beatles said, you have to write out all your bad songs before you get to your good ones.
Good call, man.
So that's kind of how I got here until I decided I wanted to do something in Regional Mexicano. I had that in the back of my mind for years. And as a songwriter, the challenge was, are the songs that I'm writing, because I mostly write romantic love songs, are the songs that I'm writing transferable to Regional Mexicano, whether it's Tejano or Norteño? And that's where people like Gilbert Velasquez came in and made it happen with the songs that I had, and the result has been very, very well received.
Well, like I told you, I dug what I heard, man. But now let me ask this question. Are you a bulldog or a Mustang?
Neither. I'm a warrior.
Oh, you're Nicky. No, Nicky. Wait. Nicky Rowe, right?
Nicky Rowe warrior. Yes, sir.
I'll be there. Right on, man.
Yeah. What are you?
Oh. I went to school in San Antonio, high school, and I was a Don J Mustang. I'm good. So anyway, but no, okay. all the time that I spent in the Valley, I know all the school mascots or what have you. Man. Anyway, after you got out of high school, did you go to college? Did you pursue your career in education or music?
I pursued a career in marketing and business administration, but at the same time, I continued to take my music classes. I took all my cello, my applied cello, the symphony class, applied piano. And before I knew it, I had actually accumulated enough credits to have both the business side and the music side. So I did go to college. I graduated here from, back then it was known as Pan Am. Now it's called UTRGV.
Yeah.
But yes.
Good for you, man. That's awesome, man. So listen, like I said, the songs that I heard, I dug them. Now, do you know Arturo? Have you ever met Arturo de los Guardianes?
I've never met him, but I know who he is.
He's got that same style, that same romantic. ¿Me entiendes?
Yeah, yeah.
Those are the kind of songs that you write.
Yes, like I said, I grew up with that type of music. Very romantic, where the melody and the lyrics were very important. The music was almost secondary. A good song, I believe that a good song will sound good in any genre. You take a good song like a Jose song, and it'll sound good in Tejano and Norteño and a ballad.
I'm gonna tell you right
that to
now,
me is important.
When I got into radio in '85, when I worked with KYC in Houston, we play a mix of music, de Tejano, de Internacional. Por ejemplo, me gustó Luis Miguel, obviamente, pero las canciones del pasado de Luis Miguel, de Diego Verdaguer, el Puma, Ana Gabriel, varios. I loved it, man. And that turned me on to a lot of international music.
That's the music. All the artists you just mentioned, I have their CDs and I have all their music. I'm a big fan of all that era between like late 70s and late 80s.
Yes.
That to me was the golden age of Spanish music.
I dug Rocio. I loved her to death. She's awesome, man.
Yes. Juan Gabriel.
Obviamente Juan, así es. La Wanga. So listen,
yes.
Jay-cee, what are you working on right now, man?
We have several things. We just got back from Vegas Tejano Takeover.
You were going to tell me about that. It was your first one, wasn't it?
It was my first one, and it was such an amazing experience. I didn't know what to expect because people that go there kind of describe it as kind of like a fair, like a showcase event. But until you go there and you actually meet the people that go there, and that's what's fascinating because you meet people from all over the country. I met people from Washington, people that came up and said, we listened to your music in Washington State or in Chicago, New Mexico, Arizona. And it's the best opportunity to meet those hardcore Tejano fans that actually travel. They get on a plane or they drive 16, 20 hours to get to this convention and talk to their favorite artist and interact with them one-on-one. And they see performances, they take pictures, they purchase your album, they get it signed. I had a blast. I can't wait to go back and do it again next year.
Yeah. So did you take a lot of merchandise or did you go for the first time and say, let me check it out first?
I went only with my 2 albums that I released right here. I got them.
Awesome.
So
yeah.
I took my 2 albums. A lot of people take a lot of stuff. I saw shirts and cups and koozies and face covering. So next year I'll take some shirts and stuff. But I took what I thought was the most important, which is the music.
The music.
So I did really well. I mean, people love to come up and not only purchase the physical CD, which is kind of like a souvenir from the convention, but they get it signed and they get a picture. So it's a great experience for both the people, the fans that go, and for me. I like I said, I can't wait to do it again next year.
Out of the 157,000 subscribers that I have for this podcast, they always appreciate when I do a giveaway from Freddie Records or from Q Productions. When I give CDs away, they said, you know what? I know that I can download, but I like to win the CD because that adds to my collection. Hard copy, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm old school. I make all my CDs, even the previous ones, the pop ones that I've released. I like to manufacture them, and I spend a lot of time in the details. Make sure that all the composers, well, I'm the composer, but make sure that everybody gets their credits. The mixing engineer, mastering, the photographer, the designer, the graphic designer for the album. Because that's what I like to do. When I used to buy CDs, I like to look at who worked on them, who wrote what song, what musicians were on this album. So I like to provide that same experience. And like you said, a lot of people like that. And I could tell when I was at the convention, they were happy to get the CD and sign it. And some of them bought not only these 2, but I had some from my previous release that were the pop music, the romantic songs. They even bought those. So they were excited to take my signed discography with them home.
Good for you, brother. Hell yeah, man. So listen, those CDs that you recorded prior to your Tejano launch, what were they? Same kind of ballads? Okay.
Yes, I write my music on piano or guitar. So actually, there's a few songs that are on the pop album, the latest one, that were later used for the Tejano. They were incorporated into the Tejano genre. But yeah, mainly love song. That's what I write. Love songs, romantic songs, heartbreak, heartache. That's
Those are the ones they did. Que te pega el corazón, no me forget about it, man.
yeah, of course, of course.
Hablando de eso, ¿estás casado? ¿Tienes una chava o dime?
Right now, I am single. I am single. So all the ladies listening to your podcast, you can look me up on social media. I am single. Now, the truth is, right now,
Let me ask you a question real quick, Jay-cee. What color eyes do you have, man?
they're like a hazel
No
greenish.
más.
Yeah.
Ladies,
So-
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a straight guy, but you are a handsome man, brother. I can admit
Thank
that.
you.
You're a handsome man, brother. Shit.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. No, the truth is, I've been super busy. These last 2 years, when with working on these two albums, I've been the busiest of my life, music wise.
So you didn't have a time for
Not
dating.
that I haven't had the time. I don't think I've met the right person yet.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said. Because that's really what it comes down to. When you meet the right person, you'll figure it out. I haven't met the right one or the right person yet, but I'm always looking. I do travel a lot. I travel to a lot of cities to perform, and I always keep my eyes open. You never know.
Yeah, I bet, man. Hey, real quick, you have a band?
We have been working with pickup bands.
Cool.
That's proven to be easier for now. Just because I'm still kind of new, it
You know
just
what,
works out better.
Real quick, let
Yeah.
me interrupt you. I love it when an artist can admit, you know what, I'm a new guy. I'm new to this business. I'm new to this format. So bear with me. And I hope you dig my stuff, man. You know, I like that.
Yeah, I'm learning. Every year. Fortunately, I've learned, I think, 10 times the normal speed because of the people that I work with, and they share all their knowledge and experiences and stuff that maybe it might take you years to accumulate. The people that I work with fill me in on a lot of the things, how they work, especially the Tejano. The Tejano world has certain ways that things work out, and
Do you feel that
Sure.
the Tejano format or genre has welcomed you, or you tell me?
I feel very lucky that the people, even though, like I said, I'm new, have embraced my music. And I've received mostly, I would say 99% positive comments. There's always one or two people online that don't welcome the new artists. But overall, I've received nothing but positive comments. A lot of it has to do with the fact that it's new music. I noticed that people want new music,
Sure.
original songs.
Sure.
And they welcome new artists that are doing some, I wouldn't say innovative, but bringing in new music. And especially with the people that I work with, when you mention to radio promoters, the producers that work and the musicians, they're very impressed. So they right away give you the time of day, and I am very, very happy with the result of the people have given me for the music.
Well, tell you what, I did notice on the bio that you sent me. I said, dude, this guy is working with everybody from Chinte Barrera to Juanito Castillo. No, hombre. I said, wow, the boy's coming with his guns loaded, man.
The best of the best. Yes. Credit. I try to work with people more talented than me. I always work with people that are better than you. That way your project comes out even better.
Exactly. No, I believe that, man, for sure. Now, I noticed that you write your own music. You play guitar, you play piano. Any other instruments?
Well, the only other one is the cello, which is what I
Okay,
studied
cool.
formally. Oh, so the piano and the guitar are, I by no means do I claim myself to be a pianist or a guitar player, but I know enough to where that's my main tool for writing the songs.
Yeah. Okay. Now, that being said, writing songs, any covers or any songs out there that are not yours that you'd like to give it a shot? Let me put my version, let me put my spiel on that.
I've only done one cover song in the second album, and I don't really do cover songs because not because I don't have anything against doing cover songs, but I have so many songs that I've written. I have another 40 songs that are sitting there in the vault waiting to be recorded.
Yeah.
Songs that I like, songs that were very close to making it in other albums, but just so that we have some variety, didn't make it in that particular one. So when I do a cover song, it automatically means taking away a spot from another one of my songs that is there waiting. But I did do a cover song on the last album, and I did it because, like you said, you learn as you go along and meet people and talk to people. I learned that people do like to have some cover music. And I said, okay, I will incorporate a cover song for that portion of the audience that wants to hear something covered by me, by my voice. And I only had one condition, which was it had to be a song that I really liked, a song that I sing anyway all the time, either in the car or at a party or at karaoke, or a song that I really, really love to do. And that's I ended up doing a song, Vuelvo. So the song Vuelvo is a song, obviously, super famous song by composer Ricky Vela, made famous by Joe Lopez and Grupo Más. So in the future, I would definitely consider doing a full cover album, but it would have to be like a extra project. So maybe in a year I can release an album of original songs and do a second album of cover songs and make it like a tribute to a certain composer or to certain Tejano artist or
maybe a concept
something like
album?
that.
Maybe a concept album.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, but I do plan to stick with original music just because I have a lot of songs.
All right. Cool. Now I noticed that you're in your studio there, and behind you have a gold album or gold record from the Beatles, man. Very, very cool.
That actually was purchased in New York many, many years ago. And it was just a souvenir that was in a store. It commemorates their Shea Stadium concert. And it has, I think, like a replica poster, or maybe original poster. I don't know. I thought it was really cool when I bought it. I'm a big Beatles fan, so I had to have it.
What about the picture underneath that?
That is actually from a Paul McCartney concert. I've had the privilege enough to see Mr. Paul McCartney 5 times. And every time that I go see him, I purchase the poster for that concert and I frame it. And if I have the ticket, because sometimes you just print out the ticket on a paper, but
sure,
a few years ago, they still gave you the physical tickets. I framed the poster with the Paul McCartney ticket. And I have it there because, if you're talking about songwriting and about being an artist, that's as good as it gets, basically.
Yes, it is. You know what? I saw Paul McCartney the first time he played at the Alamo Dome. As a matter of fact, there was the first show they ever did at the Alamo Dome was Paul McCartney, man.
Wow. What year was that?
I want to say 94, I believe. I could be wrong, but yeah, I saw Paul McCartney. Now, on the other side of you, we got a bunch of pictures there.
Yes. Well, like you mentioned at the beginning, I have been a voting Grammy member even before I submitted my own music, because I think it's important to be involved and cast your vote for the music that you think deserves nominations and prizes. And as I've attended all these events and also a lot of events that I've opened with other artists, concerts and stuff, I amassed a collection of pictures with people that I admire, people that have given me the opportunity to open up for them and perform. And so I thought when I saw that I had a lot of pictures, I thought, why don't I use that as a decoration? I thought it's kind of cool, kind of neat.
It is very cool, man.
Yeah, I remember, every time I look at a picture, I could tell you where it was and what event it was. And so that's kind of cool. When people come into my studio, they always look and take some time to spend and look at the pictures.
I saw it on your Facebook page with your picture with El Gordo y la Flaca.
El Gordo y la Flaca, yes, that was 2019 Latin Grammys, and they were filming the show, a special show for El Gordo y la Flaca, and we were invited. We were there at the filming. We weren't on the show because usually they literally have like 3 people only throughout the whole weekend. It's kind of a limited time because they only interview certain people that are going to perform, but I did get to go and watch the show, and that was kind of cool. And of course, afterwards, you get to go and take a picture and talk about your project, and they were very nice. It was a big highlight of that trip.
I had the privilege of seeing Estefan, ¿cómo se llama? La Flaca.
Mira Estefan? Yeah, Lily Estefan.
Yeah, yes. Saw her at a hotel. I said, can you take a picture? And she thought I wanted her to take a picture with me and my girl. I said, no, me and you, man.
She's beautiful.
She's awesome, man. She's awesome.
She's tall and she's such a beautiful lady. I mean, she's always been, right. She started as a model, but I mean, she's very impressive when you see her in person because she's just as beautiful in person as you've seen her on TV for all those years.
Yeah. So listen, man, what's next for you? And we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. And I want to thank you for your time. I appreciate you, man. But again, what's going on with Jay-Z?
Well, I got several things coming up. Before the Tejano takeover, I was working on several things. The most recent one is, so before I was working on a project, I was invited as a guest artist for a Christian album or a Tejano Christian album. And this was a project that Mr. Ramiro Serna's putting together. I don't know if you're familiar with Mr. Ramiro Serna.
Yes.
He's a multi-Grammy winner, and he invited me to collaborate, and along with Ram Herrera, we're sort of the two guest artists in that album, and that should be out pretty soon. It's a different project. It's got a more positive. How would I say it? It's not a commercial benefit, but it's just sending a good positive, especially in the times we're living in. We need these kinds of songs, these kind of things that motivate us.
Positivity.
So it's a project. Yes, it's a project that I was very, very happy to be involved with. That should be out very soon. And of course, I also had the honor to do it there at Freddie Records. So that was also an experience in itself.
Isn't that an impressive facility, man?
Yeah. As soon as you walk in, you look at the walls, and you could spend hours just looking at the different commemorative events and albums that were recorded there.
Did you see those Stratocasters hanging from the ceiling?
Yes, I sure
badass.
did.
They're badass, man.
Wish I would have had more time to just walk around, but we had to get to the studio. But yeah, that was an experience in itself. So we have that coming up. That's Christian album, and we might do a tour through several churches actually in San Antonio and Dallas. We're gonna do a music video for that. I also have a project in the works with Mr. Mario Ortiz. We're gonna be doing a little project, like a little unplugged session there in the studio. We're in the works of doing the song selection. We're going to take 4 or 5 of my songs from the past 2 albums and do like an acoustic piano, guitar, maybe.
Cool.
So we have that coming up. And well, I just released a new single about 3 weeks ago, which is my duet with Las Fenix, Te Quiero. And we will continue to release a few more singles from this album. But I'm also working on a new album for 2023. And I have several songs recorded for that, but I want to also incorporate some other guest artists and some surprises. So we got the Christian album, we got the Mario Unplugged video, and we also have the new album in the works.
Awesome, man. Congratulations. Like I said,
Thank you.
I dig the ring of your voice. This is la timbre. Me gusta. Y te felicito. I want to wish you the best of luck, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I want to thank you for the opportunity to be on your show and share my story and share my musical project with all your listeners. You know, that's, like I said, once again, for a new artist, outlets like yours are incredibly important because you're the avenue. You're the way that I get the music to the people. So I value that incredibly, and I appreciate it.
You're too kind. Thank you so much. By the way, websites that they can go on?
They can follow me on all social media, Yeisi Oficial. And I know it's kind of tricky to spell, so it's Yeisi. Yeisi Oficial on Instagram, on Facebook, my YouTube channel as well, Yeisi Oficial. I have the videos for some of the singles. And you can listen to all my music on any digital platform, all the Spotify, Apple, Amazon. You can follow my music and simply just support the project if you like the music. And I promise to continue to deliver the highest quality music that I can.
And ladies, I'm going to tell you right now, he's a good looking guy, not married, not in a relationship. So just so you know.
Look me up, Yeisi Oficial.
There you go. Jay-cee, thank you so much again. Can't wait to see you perform, buddy.
Thank you. I look forward to performing some more, and hopefully you can make it out to one of my shows.
Ojalá. Cuídate mucho, mano.
Igualmente, un fuerte abrazo.
Igual. All right, so the winning starts now. What do you say? Yeisi was nice enough to bring a bunch of autographed CDs. Yes, autograph, all you got to do is go to my website, theaccruzpodcast.com. Did you get that? theaccruzpodcast.com. Click on menu, fill out the form, and get registered. From now till Tuesday, good luck. If you like the podcast, tell your friends. And if your friends don't like it, find new friends. So just chill till the next episode of the AC Cruz Podcast. Much love, be safe, and good luck.